KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back, everyone, into KX News at 4. Still quite warm out there across the board with temperatures well into the 90s. Now, the exception here, Williston, just a few degrees shy of 90, sitting at 88 degrees. The good news is this warmth hasn't been paired with any excessive amounts of humidity. However, that is currently contributing to a red flag warning in parts of our viewing area. But we are a good 25 to as much as 30 degrees warmer compared to where we should be standing at this time of year. Some quite remarkable numbers here. And in terms of quite remarkable numbers, we have shattered or broken some records in the vast majority of our 4 major towns and cities here. Bismarck, as it stands right now, preliminarily 95 degrees, that observed high, breaks the record set back in the 1800s. Yes, the 1800s. The exception, again, Williston, that observed high as it stands right now, 91 degrees compared to that record of 93 degrees. So we have yet to see if we will either tie or break that record. But regardless, we are close to that point. Again, we do have that red flag warning in effect for portions of the region until later on this evening. The thing that is contributing to that, of course, the drier air in place and the warmer temperatures and the lower humidity levels in addition. So as we're waking up tomorrow morning, still going to feel quite warm out there. These are some remarkable numbers. Again, we'll be waking up to temperatures in points east closer to the mid to as much as upper 60s across the board. The coolest spot's going to be out towards our far westernmost communities, and even then we'll be touching closer to the mid to upper 50s as you're waking up. So another evening where you're likely going to need that air conditioning running, because it is going to continue to be a little bit warm across the board as we get into tomorrow. Temperatures still projected to be well above average for this time of year, but slightly cooler. That's the good news here, that we're going to be touching closer to the upper 80s, the lower 90s, some upper 70s on the board off towards our far westernmost communities and in northeastern Montana. Now, I know we're all looking ahead to the potential for rain as we get into the middle to late portions of this week. Now, I can tell you model guidance not really consistent as of right now in terms of the exact track. Now, there are 2 scenarios that could be playing out here. One pushes it further up to the north and east. The second track pulling it up closer to the east overall. One could give us plenty of beneficial rain, one not really giving us a lot of rain at all. So we're really looking forward and ahead to this next rain chance, but regardless, that dominant dome of high pressure that you're seeing up to the north is going to heavily influence the track of this system. As of right now, most models pulling this track further eastward, but of course, a lot can still change between now and even by the time we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, so we'll continue to have more updates on this for you. Temperatures, another good story here, going to be leaning closer to average or even below average for this time of year, looking at the extended outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, and that aligns with what we are expecting to see within the next several days here. Williston will stay into the lower 80s as we get towards tomorrow. Rain chances increasing means that we'll get those temperatures down into as much as the mid 50s by Thursday and towards the end of the week. Dickinson's next several days going to be seeing that 80-degree temperature reading on the map as we get into tomorrow, dropping down into the 50s again as those rain chances increase. Hard to believe that, considering even in the Magic City, we were touching close to the century mark for the last 2 days. And by the time we get towards Thursday, we'll be dipping down closer to the mid 50s. Bismarck, capital city's next several days, going to be featuring that 90-degree temperature again for tomorrow. Then we steep drop in terms of temperatures down into the 60s by the end of the week, Joel.
That'll feel a lot more pleasant. I mean, I can't even think about wearing long sleeves right now, outside, I should say.
I've been cranking the AC the past few days. I'll be looking forward to giving it a bit of a break.
That will be nice as well. Vanessa, thanks so much. And still to come on KX News at 4.